No, emptiness is not nothingness. Emptiness is a type of existence. You must use this existential emptiness to fill yourself. Three-Body Problem by Liu Zixin. Hello guys, welcome to this channel and another video. And today we're going to talk about the series, The Remembrance of Earth Past by Liu Zixin. Or Liu Zixin, I don't care. And it's a sci-fi novel, a triology. And it's about the fictional world stretching from the Chinese Cultural Revolution, the 1970s, to the end of all time. Obviously it's a trilogy, so there are 3 books. They are accordingly called The Three-Body Problem, The Dark Forest, and Death's End. Of course, in the first 3 videos I'm just going to tell you the main plot. 3 videos? Yes, exactly, because the whole series is just too long and too complicated. If you were to read it, it will have like 1,800 words, wait, 1,800 pages, 2,000 pages, yeah, something like that. Very long, very long. And it's very complicated too, so I'm just going to talk about the first book, The Three-Body Problem. So, before we start, we have to know what the three-body problem is. There's actually a three-body problem? I did not know that. The three-body problem is a variant of the n-body problem, a mathematical problem relating to the movements of numerous celestial objects in space according to their gravity. Unlike the two-body problem, which always has a solution, the three-body problem has none. The reason being that there are infinite possibilities, and in these possibilities there's only a definite number which have a perfect solution or recurring solution, which means it repeats itself. However, most of the solutions do not repeat. And on the right are 20 solutions of the three-body problem. But of course there are infinite ways you could do the three-body problem. The whole thing is unsolvable. Even more worse, it is hard to calculate the three-body problem, making it nearly impossible. Let's dive into the book. In the book, we are introduced to Ye Wenjie, an astrophysicist graduated from Beijing's Tsinghua University, one of China's top universities. She sees her father, being Ye Zhetai, being tortured to death by the Red Guards from Tsinghua High School. Wait, what? So Ye Zhetai was actually a professor from Tsinghua High School, and the Red Guards are from Tsinghua High School? Yeah, kind of. Yet in the first chapter, the perspective is from Ye Zhetai himself. And when one of the Red Guards, also from Tsinghua High School, tortures him and, well, falsely accuses him of teaching Western physics, Ye Zhetai presents, in his mind of course, the following extract, a memory. In the winter of 1922, Einstein visited Shanghai. Because your father spoke fluent German, he was asked to accompany Einstein on his tour. You told me many times that your father went into physics because of Einstein's encouragement, so you chose physics because of your father's influence. So in a way, Einstein could have been said to have indirectly been your teacher. And you once felt so proud and lucky to have such a connection. Now not. Later, I found that your father had told you a white lie. He and Einstein had only one very brief conversation. The morning of November 13th, 1922, he accompanied Einstein on a walk along Nanjing Road. Others who went on the walk included Yu Youren, president of Shanghai University, and Cao Gubing, general manager of the newspaper Ta Kun Pao. When they passed a maintenance site in the roadbed, Einstein stopped next to a walker who was smashing stones, and silently observed the boy with his torn clothes and dirty face and hands. He asked your father how much the boy earned every day. After asking the boy, he told Einstein, 5 cents. This was the only time he spoke with a great scientist who changed the world. There was no discussion of physics, of relativity, only cold, harsh reality. According to your father, Einstein stood there for a long time after hearing the answer, watching the boy's mechanical movements, not even bothering to smoke his pipe as the embers went out. After your father recounted the memory to me, he sighed and said, "In China, any idea that they take flight would only crash back to the ground. The gravity of reality is too strong." He was actually sentenced to prison because of his father, but then he was recruited by Yang Wei-ning and Lei Zhicheng, who wanted to use her abilities to work at Red Coast, a Chinese secret initiative which would use radio waves to damage spy satellites. Well, he never knew he could use radio waves to damage stuff, but actually... We also hear from Wang Miao, a nanotechnology professor, and Shi Qiang, and police officer and detective. They investigate the suicides of many scientists. Wang also meets with Ye, kind of like a coincidence. He also experiences a hallucination, with a countdown in his eyes. But actually, he was also introduced to a VR game called 3 Body, and starts playing. The game is about a fictional, planet which climate repeatedly flips from extreme cold to extreme heat, unpredictably. When the temperature is just right, it is known as a stable era, but when the temperature is not adequate to survive, it is known as a chaotic era. The inhabitants, portrayed as human bodies, do they have to be portrayed? Have endeavored with many ways to predict chaotic eras so that they can survive. They also have the ability to dehydrate, which allows them to take away all the water in their body, resulting in dry fibers, but not die, so that they can endure chaotic eras and save resources. However, despite the endeavors, civilization after civilization have been destructed one by one by chaotic eras. Finally, Wang, as the character Copernicus, explains the truth of the environment of 3 Body. In the system, there are 3 suns in the planet, which orbit each other erratically, distancing unpredictably. When the planet, also known as Triolaris, orbits around one sun and the other 2 are far away, it is a stable era. If the opposite, a chaotic era occurs. If the planet is distanced from all 3 suns, it will be a chaotic era, also known as an ice age. However, if Triolaris orbits close to all 3 suns, known as Trisolar Day, the planet will be destructed or even ripped apart by the sun's gravity. In the end of the game, the 3 Body problem did not get solved at all. That's obvious, right? The Trisolarians, inhabitants of the planet Trisolaris, of course, discover Earth, and they build massive spaceships to invade Earth, hoping that it will continue Trisolarian civilization. Why? Can they just survive chaotic eras? They still can survive, right? No! Because one day, the planet will swallow their sun and destroy the last planet. Wang Miao was playing the game at that time, and he produced the following quote. As he gazed up at the awe-inspiring swings of the Trisolarian pendulum monument, Wang asked himself, does it represent the yearning for order or the surrender to chaos? Wang also thought of the pendulum as a gigantic metal fist, swinging eternally against the unfailing universe, noiselessly shouting out Trisolarian civilization indomitable battle cry. As Wang Miao's eyes blurred with tears, he saw a line of text appear against the background of the swinging pendulum. 451 years later, Civilization 192 was destroyed by the fiery flames of 2 twin suns appearing together. It has reached the Atomic Age and the Information Age. Civilization 192 was a milestone in Trisolarian civilization. It finally proved that the 3 Body problem had no solution. It gave up the useless effort that had already lasted through 191 cycles, and set the course for future civilizations. Thus, the goal of 3 Body has changed. The new goal is, head for the stars, find a new home. We invite you to log on again. Ye, after walking at Red Coast for years, discovers that its true purpose is to find extraterrestrial life, or aliens. See, I told you, they were not used to despise. They did not use radio waves to destroy spy satellites. I told you I was right. She also discovers that sending a message to the sun can amplify it, but obviously keeps it secret. She later marries Young and receives a message from a trisolarian. Wait, real? It was real. The game was real. Pacifist who warns her not to answer or Earth will be invaded, but she does so anyways, also killing Yan and Lei, who accidentally sees her transmitting the signal. We learn a little bit about the Trisolarian pacifists as Listening Post 1379. Listening Post 1379 had already been in existence for more than 1,000 years. There were several thousand posts like this on Trisolaris, all of them dedicating their efforts to detecting possible signs of intelligent life in the universe. Initially, each listening post had several hundred listeners, but as technology advanced, there was only one person on duty. Being a listener was a humble career, so they left the listening posts that were kept at a constant temperature, or support systems that guaranteed their survival without requiring them to dehydrate during caretaker errors. They also had to live their lives within the narrow confines of these tiny spaces. The amount of joy they got from stable errors was far less than others got. Then, he hears from Earth. During the next 2 Trisolarian hours, the listener learned of the existence of Earth, learned that the world had only one sun and always remained in a stable era, learned that human civilization had been born in a paradise where the climate was eternally mild. The transmission from the solar system ended. The deciphering computer now ran uselessly. The post was won again, only hearing the noise of the universe. But the listener was certain that what he had just experienced was not a dream. He knew as well as the 7,000 listening posts spread across Trisolarius had also received this message, which Trisolarian civilization had awaited for eons. 200 cycles of civilization had been crawling through a dark tunnel, and there was finally a glimmer of light before them. After the Cultural Revolution ended, Yen returned to Tsinghua University to continue her job as a professor. She encounters Mark Evans, who is angry about humanity and that she's specious, he is, well, and confides in him, telling her about red coasts. Yep, these two guys. Evans hires men and buys Judgment Day, the boat behind us, and you can actually see Judgment Day in it. A large ship which is used as a listening post of messages from Trisolarius. They find the organization ETO, Earth's Trisolarius organization, which supports Trisolarians to invade Earth. We then realize that the 3-body game mentioned earlier was actually a method of ETO to hire participants. Wait, whoa, I don't understand this. We know that the 3-body Trisolarius is actually real? How did they know that? Well, this is why the book is very confusing. It is set in a sequence from past to present. No. Actually, the Cultural Revolution ended far before Wang Miao had started playing the game. And the ETO was founded before he played the game. The ETO used the game to trick individuals like Wang Miao to play the game. Get involved with a crisis, feel angry about Earth, feel sad about Trisolarius, and try to help it, and join the ETO. Oh, I see. So it was a trick all along. In the ETO we are introduced to 3 groups. The Adventists, led by Evans, not here, obviously, because he doesn't hear stuff about the Adventists. They want to destroy humanity completely by the Trisolarians. Baddies! Big baddies! The Redemptionists, led by Shani Fei. They want to try to help the Trisolarians to solve their 3-body problem. Well, they can't solve it, it's unsolvable! Failures! And the smaller faction, the Survivors, they want to help the Trisolarians to exchange for the survival. That's also baddies, even worse than the Adventists. We hear again from Wang, who was introduced into ETO after playing the game, but not tricked, because he's a good guy, so he informs Shi of one of their meetings. notifying the People's Liberation Army from China, obviously. They fight against the society, arresting Ye in the process. They also work with Colonel Stanton from America to ambush Judgment Day as it passes through the Panama Canal, which would let them get the information between the Adventists and the Trisolarians, obviously which they had intercepted and not given to the rest of the ETO. But how can they do it? They use this once nanotechnology and put it into thin pieces where the ship would cross, and it will slice through the ship and destroy it, but not destroy the data completely. This is known as Operation Guzheng, because since the slices seem very much like the dithers of the Chinese instrument. So they get the data, yay, problem solved, we win against the Trisolarians, we win. Wait, no. We hear directly from Trisolarians. We are in the Alpha Centauri star system. Wait, what? Was that the star system 4 light years away? Closest star system to us? It has 3 suns, but they are in stable orbit. What? Yes, I told you, this whole book is fictional, so it's reasonable that the actual Trisolarius 3-body was not the actual Alpha Centauri system. It is a 3-body problem. It's not unsolvable. We learn that there are sophons currently on Earth. They are about the size of a proton in 3D, but they can unfold to the 11th dimension, which will allow them to do literally anything, cause hallucinations. Wait, what? Once hallucination was caused by the sophons? Yes! The timeline is disrupted. The sophons arrived like ages ago. They would cause hallucinations and send information to Trisolarians via quantum entanglement, intercept digital technology, and spy, but most importantly, stop the advancements of current technology by interfering with particle accelerators. They are also humans died because Trisolarian civilization is now way advanced in human civilization. Well, GG's. Also, the Trisolarian fleet would arrive in 400 years. Earth would be doomed in 400 years. Well, what? Also, in the data given by the Trisolarians, we hear from listening post 1379 again, and his confrontation with Princeps, the Trisolarian leader. Obviously, Princeps had known that listening post 1379 had given a warning to Earth, do not answer, after receiving the message. But he's not angry. Why did you do this? The Princeps asked the listener from post 1379. So that my life isn't wasted, the listener answered calmly. The warning you sent out may have cost Trisolarian civilization the chance at survival, but it gave Earth civilization a chance. Princeps, Trisolarian civilization desire to possess living space is like the desire of a man who has been starving a long time for food, and it is similarly boundless. We cannot share the Earth with the power people of that world. We can only destroy Earth civilization and completely take over the solar system. Am I right? Yes, but there's another reason for destroying Earth's civilization. They are also a warlike race, very dangerous. If we try to coexist with them on the same planet, they will shortly learn our technology. Continuing in that state would allow neither civilization to thrive. Let me ask you, you wish to be savior of the Earth, but do not feel any sense of responsibility for your own race? I am tired of Trisolarians. We have nothing in our lives and spirit except the fight for survival. What is wrong with that? There's nothing wrong, of course. Existence is the premise for everything else, but Princeps, examining our lives, everything is devoted to survival. To permit the survival of civilization as a whole, there's almost no respect for the individual. Someone who can no longer work is put to death. Trisolarian society exists under a state of extreme authoritarianism. The law has only two outcomes. The guilty are put to death, and the not guilty are released. For me, the most intolerable aspects are the spiritual monotony and desiccation. Anything that can lead to spiritual weakness is declared evil. We have no literature, no art, no pursuit of beauty and enjoyment. We cannot even speak of love. Principes. Is there meaning to such life? The kind of civilization you yearn for once existed on Trisolarius too. They had free democratic societies and they left behind rich cultural legacies. You know barely anything about them. Most details have been sealed away and forbidden from view. But in all the cycles of Trisolarian civilization, this type was the weakest and most short-lived. A modest chaotic era disaster was enough to distinguish them. Now look at the Earth's civilization he wants to save. A society born and bred in the eternal spring of a beautiful hothouse would not be able to survive even a million Trisolarian hours if it were transplanted here. Now, the entire Earth's population, perhaps except the ETO, are now in complete despair. The servants gives the human population the message you are bugs, and then ceases all communication, even with the ETO. This ends the Common Era at about 2010, and starts the Crisis Era, which lasts for 200 years. Wait, what? 200 years, not 400? What the hell? Spoiler! She reassures one, of course, who is beyond despair, by simply leading him to a field. Look at them, the bugs. Humans have used everything in their power to extinguish them, every kind of poison, aerospace, introducing and cultivating their natural predators, searching for and destroying their eggs, using genetic modification to sterilize them, burning with fire, drowning with water. Every family has bug spray, every diet has rice water under it. This long war has been going for the entire history of human civilization. But the outcome is still in doubt. The bugs have not been eliminated. They still proudly live between the heavens and the earth, and their numbers have not diminished from the time before the appearance of the humans. The Trisolarians who have deemed the humans bugs seem to have forgotten one fact: the bugs have never been truly defeated. In the end, Year returns to Raider Peak, where Red Course was, and marks the sunset as a sunset for humanity. Well, this is the end of the first book of the trilogy. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Please give us a like and subscribe and share us if you enjoyed the video. And also, the second part is coming out very soon, so check out for your notifications. Citations are linked below, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much, and bye.